Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I wanted to talk to you again today. We're building on. You got a new dog. You went down to the shelter, let's say, and you got that dog that you just really wanted, and you know that's your dog. And building off the last couple of videos that if you haven't watched, I encourage you to go back and watch those. But you didn't go out and buy a bunch of toys before you got your dog. Instead you learned your dog, and you developed a bond with your dog, and you're like, okay, this dog loves this, and then you go and you get all these toys. Okay, and now you're to the point where, okay, you want to train your dog. All right, so how do you go about that? Well, number one, you have fun with it. Don't worry about all the peer pressure that other people always have better ideas about how to do something. Don't worry about that. That dog is yours. The bond is between you and your dog. And the training a dog is not hard. It's not hard at all. Any time the dog's just around you, and if you have a structured routine, that's very important. Dogs thrive on that because they know what to expect then. So, okay, let's start there. Structure your routine with your dog first. And if you're not sure exactly how to train or teach your dog, there's plenty of good information on YouTube, but there's plenty of information on YouTube that'll confuse the heck out of you and is not good. I can tell you, people that I went to, Robert Cabral, Larry Crone, those two right there are, in my opinion, great people to go and watch their stuff. I've got playlists on my channel of their videos, and some basic training videos of how to start training your dog if you don't already kind of know how to do things. But so you got your structured routine down, and now you have to know what motivates your dog. Will your dog perform for a treat? That's great. Do they prefer just praise and petting or whatever, or is it a toy that gets them to perform? Okay, and when you're trying to teach a dog anything, it's very much like people, in that every person's not equally capable of doing the same thing. We don't all have the same abilities to learn something and do things. So you already kind of have that figured out with your dog, I'm sure, by this point. And you can tell, are they really focusing sharply on you? Are you having, do you have a dog that's just not gonna do a bunch of stuff, but you can teach them some things? My wife had a Chihuahua, and she was a sweet little dog. I took time with her, and the things that she learned, and it was what she wanted to learn, and there wasn't much more she was going to let you teach, was I taught her to sit on command. I taught her how to play fetch and bring something back, I did teach her to dance, for a treat. She loved that. We had a lot of fun with that, and then I house trained her to go outside to potty, and she was really receptive, and it was easy to do. It was a lot of fun though, and that's the thing that you can't. I'm going to say it a bunch in this. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. It's fun time, and yes, your patience is going to be taxed to the limit some days. If you are expecting to get a robot out of this, because you're going to have a dog at the end of your training, way on up into training, just like you are at the beginning. They're a dog, and they're not going to get it every time, all the time, and all that. But the more you do something, the more routine it becomes, and the more you build that into your structure with your dog, the better off you're going to be. And I would not worry about, like I say, have fun with it. Break it down into small pieces. Learn to recognize the difference between just being a knothead and being confused. And if your dog's confused, it's just like if you don't speak a language and somebody speaking to you in a different language. If they say it louder, it doesn't make you understand anymore. If they lean into you and it doesn't make you understand it better, what they said. The only way they can learn to communicate with you is change what they're saying or communicating you in a different way that the idea does get across to you. Do not forget that dogs, it's body language and posture and consistency in that. It's important to do that in training. If you give a command every time, and let's say you do your hand, a certain way every time you tell the dog to do something. Okay, well, that dog understands the word plus the hand signal means that. So if you want them to do it every time on just the words, do it without the hand signal. Do it with the hand signal only. And you can teach that. And you can have 3 commands that mean the same thing, and it helps. Blackjack here, he does that. We do that all the time. But like I say, you can have a lot of fun with it, and you can be creative with it. There's no reason for you to stress about it. There's no reason for you to let other people's opinion influence you in the way you train your dog. The only thing I will say is this: you be fair with your dog all the time. Be fair. Now, I don't mean be a pushover. I mean be fair. If you correct the dog over here, balance it out with praise over here. Because especially when they're younger dogs or puppies, and they can get to be a little bit nerve-wracking. You find yourself like when you've got a child and their terrible twos running around the house, where you're just no, do not, no, stop. And you find yourself doing that with your puppy. Well, and I get it. And don't just rake yourself over the coals about it. You're not going to bat 1,000 all the time. But make an effort to be fair to your dog. You owe them that. If you want the dog to respond to training well, that's how to do that. It's that simple. You break it down into small pieces and build on those steps of each thing you're teaching. And it'll surprise you what you are capable of teaching your dog to do. You don't necessarily have to have a professional trainer do it for you. Now, if you do have a professional trainer do it for you, it is mandatory, in my opinion, for you to go to that trainer and let the trainer train you, because you have to know how he trained, or he or she trained the dog. And then you must stick to that methodology, until you both kind of, everything finds its equilibrium over time. So there you go. And there's different methodologies out there. I found, in my opinion, for me, what has always worked with every dog that I've ever trained is good balanced training works. If you have a high drive dog, you can't have that dog. You can't stand there and just ignore what the dog is doing until they stop, and then say, okay, if you do it right, then I'm going to give you a treat. It doesn't work like that. You have to manage that dog's behavior, because some dogs are pretty darn dangerous if allowed to do whatever they want to do. And you're not going to break their spirit, I promise you. But you don't be cruel to them. You never are cruel to your dog. You don't punish your dog. You correct your dog. You manage the behavior. And one of the best ways to do that is redirection. And, it is, correct and redirect. And, put their attention somewhere else. If they're lunging at another dog, that you're walking toward, okay, well, change direction. Just walk a square and pull the dog's attention back to you. Start talking to them. Pull their attention back to you. And many times, even this guy right here, I can walk right by whatever he was all bowed up over a while ago. I can walk right by him and he'll ignore him then, just pulling his attention back. Little tricks like that. But I'm not a trainer, a professional trainer, or I don't do it for my living, or I don't do it for money at all. I do it with my dogs only, and like dogs in our family and stuff like that. But I'm a layman, but I think I'm giving you some good advice here. And I hope this helps you. I hope you got some value out of this. And if it did, if you like what I got, please tell me in the comments that you like it. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. And I will come back and do another video and answer you if I can. Please subscribe. That's what keeps us going. I mean, it motivates me to do more of these, because I've sat on my hands and I haven't done any of this in a long time. And because I really didn't know if anybody wanted to hear what I have to say or not. But here we go, right? But subscribe to us. Share our videos and ask others to subscribe to us if they like what they've got. But we appreciate everything you do. I mean, we don't get anything for it other than just the satisfaction of helping. Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. And like I say, have fun with it. Enjoy your dog and bond. And the better trained they are, the more relationship you can have. And it's going to be awesome. I'm excited for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.